Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. Raila's planned meetings across the country are causing serious panic and jitters in William Ruto's team. Some few hours ago, Senior Councillor Benazir Abdullahi, a close William Ruto ally, advised William Ruto to find a way of reaching out to Raila Odinga for Raila not to proceed with the planned demonstrations across the country. Because should that happen, William Ruto will not be able to govern. That to me is a sign of panic in William Ruto's camp. Some hours ago again, Oscar Sudi, another William Ruto ally, also made some remarks I want us to listen to here, for they are going to form the basis of our analysis and discussion right now. Listen to this.
Why do you just advise to say in a good way? Ule jamaa wake mwingine, ule rafiki yetu ule mwingine, najua pia na advice aende hiyo maandamano, lakini mko nyuma sana my friend. Sisi kama Kenya Kwanza tulipata serikali na tukanyamaza tunaangalia tu. Nyinyi mngepata hii serikali, ile kelele ingekuwa Nairobi na Kenya na dunia mzima. Sijui mungesema nini. But we don't have time. Sisi tunajipanga tutimishe maneno ya asala, housing, tujenge makanisa yetu. Mlikuwa mnadharau, nasema tunaenda kanisa kila siku sijui nini, na mambo mingi yenye tuko naye. Nilikuwa naona mjinga mwingine alikuwa mbunge wa Western somewhere akiambia watu ati mnaweza kula pesa hasa fund. Nyinyi ndio adui ya Wakenya, mabwenyenye ya umaskini. Hamtaki watoto wa maskini wapate na wajipange progress, kutengeneza kwenda mbele. Mmezoea tu kuchochea, kuvunja, kuharibu. Yani you cannot advise kwa kutengeneza, kwa kutafuta, kwa multiply. Unajua hii dunia, you must think beyond yourself. Hata kwa maisha yako mwenyewe. Sasa mko tu kwa maneno ya kuharibu. Mimi naomba hata hii maandamano mnataka kufanya hii mnataka kufanya, tafuteni kiwanja yenye hakuna miti, hakuna nini, muongee kabisa.
Oscar Sudi is making it clear that Uhuru Kenyatta is behind Raila's planned demonstrations and meetings across the country. And also yesterday, another senior Kenya Kwanza official also hinted to that possibility that some powerful forces are bankrolling Raila Odinga for the demonstrations. And Oscar Sudi is also just confirming that Uhuru Kenyatta might be behind those demonstrations or other meetings. Listening to Oscar Sudi is also cleverly trying to expose to Kenyans, but indirectly, that Kenyans are not happy with William Ruto's government. And that's why he's saying, if Raila Odinga could have won, there could have been a lot of maybe noise across the country. I'm taking that to mean Oscar Sudi is confirming that this William Ruto's government does not enjoy support of a majority of Kenyans. If Raila Odinga could have won the election, then Kenyans all over the country could have celebrated, for that could have been their victory. And it's true. If you look on how Kenyans voted, even though Raila and his team believe that the elections were stolen, 6 out of 8 provinces in Kenya voted for Raila Odinga in terms of majority vote. So in a nutshell, Raila won in 6 out of 8 regions in Kenya. And it's a fact, if Raila could have been declared the winner, there could have been celebrations across the country, not only in 2 regions. Listening to Oscar Sudi, he is also talking of how William Ruto's government is going to build churches. So the question begs, is it the responsibility of the state or the government to build churches? Yes. Let's dig deep into this analysis, ladies and gentlemen. It's clear Raila's planned meetings across the country are causing serious panic to William Samoei Ruto. What does that mean? That shows William Ruto is insecure and lacks confidence as the president. Ruto believes that the ground is not with him. A good majority of Kenyans do not support his government. So any leader who goes to that ground, to the people, to negotiate with the people, to engage the people, that leader becomes a threat to William Ruto and his government. That's why we are seeing all these noises coming from William Ruto and his team. It's clear they are panicking. And that goes on to confirm and to prove that Ruto might have not won the elections. Chebukati might have single-handedly given William Ruto the win. That's why William Ruto is coming out as insecure and lacking confidence. If at all William Ruto knows he won the elections, if he knows Kenyans endorsed him as their president, William Ruto could have not been scared of Raila Alusa. If at all he beat Raila, he could have been scared of Alusa going back to the people. But because he knows that the person going to the people was not Alusa, that can scare any leader. I've also listened to Oscar Sudi talking about William Ruto's plans, or rather Kenya Kwanza's plans to build churches. So the question begs, is it the responsibility of the government to build churches? It's clear here, William Ruto's government has got its priorities completely wrong, upside down. A good majority of Kenyans are actually suffering economically. Cost of living is skyrocketing. Kenyans have been experiencing insecurity across the country. We are seeing corruption building in government. We are seeing the government also dropping some corruption cases against some leaders in government. And at the same time, we are seeing independent government institutions being muzzled. The judiciary is now seen as leaning towards the government. So it's a fact, ladies and gentlemen, that instead of William Ruto's government addressing issues that are beneficial to Kenyans, they are completely doing the opposite. Instead of William Ruto's government addressing and making sure they contain the high cost of living, Oscar Sudi is talking about the government building churches. Is that what Kenyans want? Kenyans in those their churches can build their own churches. Kenyans want to see this government contain the high cost of living. Kenyans want this government not to tolerate corrupt government officials. Because from the look of things, as time goes by, these corrupt leaders that are being sanitized to serve in William Ruto's government, these are the same leaders who will loot from public coffers, money that is meant for development will be going into people's pockets. And I'm saying that because, according to Auditor General's report, Kenya loses about part of its annual budget to corruption. And keenly looking at things in William Ruto's government, that figure might go up. Kenya might lose a lot of money, more than even the third of its budget to corruption. And should that happen, it just means that the so-called Mama Boga Boda Boda will suffer more. So William Ruto and his team, they should also have their priorities right. Kenyans are not interested in the government building the church. Kenyans just want the government to make sure they contain the high cost of living, to contain corruption in government, to make sure independent government institutions are independent. The judiciary is not compromised, not building of the church. As I conclude, the mere fact that Oscar Sudi is also talking about Uhuru Kenyatta, though indirectly, confirms their hatred for Uhuru Kenyatta. William Ruto and his team, they still see Uhuru Kenyatta as an enemy. That's exactly what is happening here. And that, in my honest opinion, confirms that Uhuru and Raila are still cordial. Their relationship is still cordial. That's what I can say out of those remarks by Oscar Sudi. Above all, as I conclude, the planned meetings across the country are causing serious panic to William Ruto and his team. They don't know on how to handle it, on how to go about it. They are just confused. Let me stop it there. If you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. If you want to support our channel, as always, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number, or feel free to channel your support to the number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.